YouTubers. Welcome to the Mike Martin's channel, to my channel. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys coming and watching. And I'm doing this. There's a lot of people down in Sydney, Australia that are watching what's happening here in Vancouver and watching the laws that are put in place by our politicians to somewhat cool down the market. Okay. Now, I found a few pages here with listings here for the average place for sale here, Sydney and up into the suburbs. So I just wanted to give you guys a little clarity here. The US dollar is at 0.76 to the Australian dollar. So Australian dollar is, you guys ready to get blown away? Watch this. Australian dollar to the US dollar, right? 0.76, right? So it's pushing 80 cents, which is not too bad. So you're looking at about 22 cent difference. Not too bad. But watch this, guys. This kind of blew me away today. It's at par with Canadian dollar. So seeing that, I thought the Canadian dollar was a bit stronger than the Australian. I never really looked into it like this. Okay, it's at par. And what blew me away, and I hope there's people watching this from Vancouver, please watch this, okay, guys? Don't turn it off, because I'm going to focus on the Sydney housing crisis, bubble, whatever you want to call it. Now, let's look here. Guys, look at this. 1.2 million. It's pretty much at par. You know what? It's not at par, because in Vancouver, you could still get a two-bedroom for about $850. Okay, so it would be $850 Australian dollars. It's at par, right? So this is crazy. This is a two-bedroom, two-bath, and a parking spot. And it almost looks like a tiny loft. I'm not bashing the property, guys. You got to remember, a lot of people don't even live in these properties. They're empty. So look at that. Got a view of a street there. They don't even have a view of mountains or the ocean. It looks like, no, you don't. Yeah. Look at this, people. $1.2 million. Wow. Now, there's an express sale here. I'm not sure what an express sale means. And I tried calling this guy, but he doesn't speak English properly, so it was really hard to get in touch with him. Who else today? This one's at auction. So apparently what's been happening is people have just been auctioning off properties. Now, according to this area here, I've been looking at I was actually taking an in-depth look at this property here. It's your view. Tight kitchen. A little bit open area there. But you know what this place is roughly going to go for? 1.1 million to 1.5 million bucks. And I would not want to know what the strata fees on this stuff is. I'm not sure what they call it in Australia, if they're called strata fees or they're called property maintenance fees. I'm not too sure what they're called. This has got a beautiful look here. There's a beautiful open end here. Beautiful balcony to the harbor. Very, very, very upscale. You got access to a gym. You got access to your pool. I think this is it looks like one of the older buildings that were built there first, but it still looks like it's in very good condition. But a place like this is going to go for 1.6 to 2.2 million. Now, people, look at this. 3-bedroom, 4-bath. Why do you need 4-bath if you have 3-bedroom? Never mind. I'm not going there today. So anyways, 3.95 million. Okay, this is what it gets you, people. A 3-bedroom, 4-bath. And 2 parking spots. So, Canadian people watching this, keep in mind, this is at par with us, okay? This is 100% at par with our dollar. And a place like this in Vancouver, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, in the downtown core, it's about on par, actually. It's about 2.5 to about 5 million in between, depending where you are in downtown, right? Downtown Vancouver. So this is beautiful Sydney. What a beautiful country. Mind you, if it's okay with you guys, I want to throw a little something in there. It was the Portuguese that actually mapped Australia and sold the map to England. I'm Portuguese. I just want to put that out there real quick. Anyways, let's continue here. Okay, contact agent. 1.498 million dollars, and that's your 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and a car spot. Sorry, car. No, actually, a car would be cheaper than the parking spot. The square footage of the parking spot, the car will be cheaper to buy than the parking spot. Wow, this is beyond. These prices are beyond. 1.15 million for this is huge. And I was astonished to see that most of the 1 bedrooms in Sydney are more than downtown Vancouver. The average 1 bedroom is about 580 to 650 in Vancouver. This is ludicrous. I thought it was going to be like a 30% difference on the Canadian to Australian dollar, so it kind of pars out. No, it doesn't par out. It's at par. And look that. So people in Vancouver complaining, oh, it's like 660 or 690, 750 for a 1 bedroom in Vancouver. This is beyond. I mean, mind you, I'm not saying the place is bad. This is really nice. It's a really nice place. But I mean, this would be worth maybe 265 in a good market, like in a normal market. 265 high, like maybe 190 low, 265 high, right? You got to remember, people, Australia is a ginormous country. They could keep building outwards, right? They keep building and expanding and building more cities, more infrastructure. They have the capacity. It's not like Japan where they're boxed in, right? So here's a this one's somewhat reasonable, but if you do an amortization mortgage on this, you're looking at about $2,700 a month for 30 years. So, wow. So I wanted to kind of throw this out there, right? Then I said, this is kind of interesting. Why am I not seeing any homes here? These are just condos. So what I did was I actually found surrounding areas. So I actually went out several kilometers outside of the area to see if I could find anywhere from like 5 to 10 kilometers outside the area, just to see what I could find, what is out there. And let me start here. I think I found something here I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, look at this. $3.5 million. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys, like, some of these condos are but, I mean, the view is breathtaking. I mean, I'm not going to take away from that. It's breathtaking, but the thing is, now, I mean, we get into meat and potatoes. It's like the average Australian citizen that basically worked and built this place, like the people that worked and built these places, the construction workers, the labor, the people that the contractors, they would have never fathomed the pricing of this it would ever gotten to. They would have never imagined in their minds that when they were selling these things for like $330,000, they would never believe it would go up tenfold. They would never imagine, it's just beyond imaginability. And so keep in mind, people from Vancouver watching, this is very important to watch because it's a gigantic domino effect, okay? If the foreign investors stop coming to Canada and say, you know what, there's just too much red tape, let's just continue in Australia and play the game there. The problem with Australia is if the politicians do not take action and protect their people, because what they're doing is they're taking people's futures away. Instead of paying rent for 20 years, they could be paying a place off in 20 years and have their own place, renovate their own place, do what they want. Man, these are condos. You can't even do nothing to these places. Like, you can't go too far with these places. These are condos. You never even own this. This is like in the sky. And if you miss a strata payment or a thing, or 3 or 4 payments, they look to evict you or take over your place, But you never really own this, right? So this is like you're always paying like strata fees to a couple of people that are cleaning the place. And that's just my point of view on strata. I'm really against, I think strata is a really organized crime mafia, but I'm not going to talk about that today anyways. So went from here, found a couple of really higher end places. Now, I couldn't find any, I had a really hard time finding 4-bedroom houses, okay? So I found 3-bedroom homes, okay? So a lot of these places, unfortunately, are up for auction. Okay. It's up for auction. And the auction date's listed right here. And I tried contacting this guy. I guess the time zone difference just didn't work, right? So, okay, so there's some here with prices on here, and I'm going to show you guys, okay? So I try to get away of the out of the way of the lavish properties, okay? So I try to find something more family-oriented and stuff, and wanted to kind of get into a bit of more this kind of stuff, family-oriented, first-time buyer, first-time buyer would buy something like this. I would definitely buy something like this for me and my family to get started, and eventually work our way up and buy a little something bigger when the family grows. And I've been finding prices here, and they are just beyond anything you could imagine. Let me see if I could find something with a price here for you guys. I did find a few. Okay, so this one starts at about 2.1 million, okay? Very narrow. Like I said, these are starter homes. So, what do you look, this is not starter anymore. So, let me take one step back and say this. It's not about being a millionaire anymore. Being a millionaire means nothing. It's multi-millionaire now that has a house and a car. If you want to live in your own country, you need to be like a decent, comfortable life. And this is not extravagant. This is nothing extravagant. This is just a house. Look at this, people. I'm not bashing the guy's house. I mean, I bet you if I met the people that own this house, I'd probably love them and talk to them and get to know them and just kind of listen to their history and what they're about. It's not them. It's just the house itself. This is not worth $2.1 million, people. And I did a Vancouver video showing people the differences. Now, let's look at this house. Like, great starter family home. This is a starter family home. I love the roof. Look at that. That looks like it's metal, too. But you shouldn't be paying multi-million dollars for these homes. Okay, $2 million, okay? 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and 1 car. $2 million, guys, and that's at par with Canadian once again. That is about 1.75 million US dollars. 1.75 million US. You got your little backyard. This is great for a family. So a husband, a wife, and 2 children, and a dog can very comfortably live in this house as a good starter family home. Lots of space under the stairs to store and stuff. Not bashing the family. It looks like they keep this place really well maintained. And there's the dog, like I mentioned. And let's keep going here. Beautiful view. I guess this is across the bay here. 1.95 million. You see, this is a starter home. So what happens in Sydney if this is a starter home, and this should be worth about maybe 275, maybe 350 high in a normal market. So if this is worth 350, then the 1.9 million stuff, what is it at? What are those mansions at? I had a really hard time finding very expensive mansions. Like, I'm finding starter homes, but they're not starter price. That's the problem. And they're stealing our futures away from us. And it's happening down under in Australia. Starter home. There's no mansions here. I can't find mansions. This is a starter home. This is just a family home. You got your garage, you got your kitchen. It's nothing extravagant. You don't have pools. You don't have a helicopter pad. You don't have tennis courts, okay? Now, I want to turn your attention to something else, okay? And I'm not selling nothing. I'm just telling you guys, okay? And I'm making this video to explain to you guys. It's a very nice, well laid out planned city, really nice, but I don't think the planners of the city didn't expect so many people to immigrate there and move in. They didn't expect that. And then that is also what is another shock into the market is unexpected immigration. Coming in with big bucks and pretty much payrolling it up. Okay, here's one. It looks like, well, it's not really a mansion. It's just like a single level home. It's not a mansion. This one, okay, here, but it's still a 3-bedroom, right? 2-bath. It's just a really nice, well proportioned, really nice designed house. So I just wanted to throw this out there for you guys. Now I want to tell you, in comparisons to places I've been to Arizona, I've been to Florida. You know, spent endless months there because Canadians can spend 6 months of the year there, and I would spend 6 months at a time, go back to Canada, then go somewhere else for 6 months, and then go somewhere else for 6 months, and just explore the United States and kind of take in the sights and stuff. Now, I want to put this out there so to kind of explain to you guys the problem with these homes. It's not that they're, you're not getting your bang for your buck, is what the deal is. $3.95 million. Now, Central Florida. I like Central Florida. It's very comparable to Australia in a way where you got your beaches, you got your ocean here. Okay. You got entertainment up here in Orlando. You got Miami when you want to go down to hit a few nightclubs, maybe to hit a few bars, maybe meet up with friends for a stag party, or meet up with a bunch of girlfriends for a stagette, things like that. Or if you like riding motorcycles, you could drive down to the Keys and spend a few nights there, maybe camp on the beach, things like that. I'm just putting this out there to give you a kind of a comparable. I used to do Arizona a few years ago, but Arizona pricing got so cheap. Like the average, there's houses that are going for like $65,000. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say here. So let's say you're in Central Florida up to here, in this area here, in the central. You're in the middle, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what bang for your buck means. So I contacted this girl to make sure that this site's up to date and it's good. You know what I'm saying? So, she's a very nice woman too, by the way. A very nice person. So, this is the value. This is Windermere. So this is Windermere. I got Windermere up here. And Windermere, Florida. Let me see if I could find it here. It's up, I think it's south of Ocala. It's in this area here. So now let me tell you why Central Florida, so you got Orlando, you got all these places to go to. You're centralized. You got Sarasota here. You go, a lot of places to go to. You go up here to Panama City Beach. You're not far from Georgia. It's about 12 hours away from Atlanta if you want to take a nice drive. So, okay, now, I'm just telling guys. Now, let me give you guys an example, bang for your buck, what I mean by bang for your buck. So, nice location, nicely situated. Look what you get. This, to me, guys, this is $1 million house. So, in Australian dollars, this would be $1.249 million. But look what you're getting for it. This is definitely a $1.2 million house, right? Let's see if it moves into better photos here so you can see other rooms and stuff. But look at that kitchen. You know what I mean? The massive square footage. That's amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is a $1.2 million house, Australian dollars, people. And I talked to her, and she told me that, basically, you could talk them down 30%. Talk them down. You could probably get this for under $1 million. You could probably get it for $1 million Australian dollars. But I don't want people to say, "Oh, it's in America." No. I'm just giving you comparables. Why do I choose America for comparables? It's too expensive in Vancouver to compare to Australian prices. This, you get bang for your buck. So this is what I'm trying to show you what $1 million house looks like. This is what $1 million house is. This is $1 million, people. And I'm showing this to you guys so you guys could understand. All my life growing up, I've wanted to own $1 million house. Now, it's like $1 million doesn't even buy me a house anymore. It's like $2 million now. But look what you could buy for $1 million in other places. Now, and 1.2, look, it's a condo for that much. It's a condominium. I'm not going to pay $3.25 million US for this. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, it's got a private pool. Not a private pool. It's got a pool. You got to pay strata fees and stuff. I don't care. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm trying to wake people up, because a lot of people are looking at this, oh, 3.5 million, well, properties are going to have to go up eventually. Okay. But, like some of these condos here, 650. Like, okay, fine. That's too much, 3.5. Let's find something a bit cheaper here. Okay, let's go back to this guy for, I just saw it, 650,000. Look at this, 2.1 to 2.2 million. Look at this. It's a couple of rooms. Look at the kitchen. 2.1, 2.2. Let's see if we could play ball with that. 2.1 to 2.2 would be, in Australian dollars, would be right here. Let's move it ahead a bit here to the next page. We're still not there. Let me go to the next page. Okay. We're still not even close. Look at these things with villas in them. We're still not even close. Still 1.29. Let's keep going. Look at this. I'm sorry, guys. This is not at par. Sorry. Go back to the page. This is 3.5 million for this condo. It's still not at par with this. And I take this in a heartbeat over that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like, the houses are so overpriced there. Why would, like, the U.S. has the lead, they lead with the reserve currency internationally in the world. They have the U.S. reserve currency. Their currency is used for trade. You would think that because the U.S. controls most of the trade and they use American dollars, you would think that the housing would be within par with America because, a million U.S. So 1.34 million U.S. dollars for this house will buy you nothing in Australia. And I think it'd get you that one bedroom we saw. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm delusional, or look at this outdoor barbecue area. Has lake access to it. Jeez. Look at this, guys. And I'm not trying to sell you these homes. I don't even know. I spoke to this girl once. I'm just telling you, in all fairness, the bang for your buck in Australia, and it's just like Vancouver. An American sells this, he has to buy pretty much. I don't know if you saw my older video with that teardown house is 1.35 million. Would probably buy him that teardown. You know what I'm saying? That I was showing you guys. The place needs to be torn down. Look at this. I'm sorry, guys. Let's play ball. Let's go back. We're gonna do a comparable to this. Okay. Where'd you go? This guy right here. 2.1 to 2.2. So we're doing a comparable to these two properties. Okay. So this is the foyer. This is the okay. Let's see the place inside. They're showing places of the lobby. There it is. There's the house. There's the kitchen. There's the washroom you got. And that's not. I don't think that's part of it. Could it be part of the house? It looks like the lobby. But even though it's part of the house, whatever. That's not part of the house. I know that. That's not part of the house. So, okay, fair enough. And this one, look at this, 3.5 mil. Just a regular condo. You got a nice view. Okay. Now you throw comparables out there. We're not even close. Look where we are, 1.34 million. Let's keep going here. Let's see if we could find something in comparison with that price range. Look at this. I could fall in love with this house. Look at this, 1.3. You're so far. And then people are like, oh, what are you going to do for jobs? Buddy, you create a job. With the $2 million you're not putting in, okay, with the Australian, that was 2.53 million. With the 800,000 you're not putting into a house in Australia, you could use that $800,000 and open a business. Or open something lucrative, So open something for the people. Open something nice, Look at that. It's fantastic. And she even told me some of these houses come furnished as is with the price. You're paying $321 a square foot. And in Australia, at this price, you're probably paying like $1,600 to $2,400 a square foot. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And that's what I've been saying for the longest time. It's crazy. I did not think Australia was this high. I think what the politicians need to do is step back and actually look at the situation as a whole and protect their people. Their people, the people that built this city, the people that went out and with their blood, sweat, and tears to create the city, to create an atmosphere for their children, can no longer take advantage and be part of it anymore because they can't afford to be there. And it's sad. 1.49 mil. Okay, that's a comparable to about. Well, this is a bit more. It's about 1.67 million, but I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of putting this out there. I was gonna do Arizona, but I mean, it's so hard to find anything for $1 million in Arizona. Like, I mean, you find mansions, but there's like $630,000 for like a 15-bedroom. It's like crazy ludicrous, but I like Florida because like it's close to everything. You're close to Miami in the central Florida. You're close to. Okay, let's start playing ball here with some of the properties, some of the houses we saw for $2.53 million. We'll see what you could buy here in comparison to price. Oh man. So this one's about roughly $2 million. Australia, $2 million Australian dollars will buy you this. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. That's one living room. There's and that's the main entrance, I guess. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Look at the marble. Look at the marble. See how it's uneven? Because it's real marble. These floors are marble, real. When they're crooked like that, that means that's real slabs of marble. Look at that. There's one of the dining rooms. There's the other living room with the theater kind of look. Look at that kitchen. Look at that. And what's my point of this video? It's the bang for the buck. I spoke to a lot of people on my page and they're like, oh no, well you gotta remember, houses are gonna go up in price regardless. Yeah, but not $3 million, $1.9 million. What is this for a condo? $1.8 million. $1.8 million. Like I mean, look at this, guys. I'm not bashing the house. I'm not bashing the owner. Nice dog. It's just $1.8 million. You're not getting bang for your buck. This would probably be worth maybe $275 in a normal economy, like a normal, because this is out of control. I really feel for the Australian people. I really feel for them. I really feel it's almost like like I said, they're robbing their futures. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's got screens, hurricane screens on it. Look at that. Oof. Look at that. Look at the hurricane screen. And look, the living room's kind of built in. It's kind of built in with the open concept outside. Look at that. What? Wow, look at the waterfall as you drive into your house. And say, yeah, you know what? I bought this instead of buying this house in Australia. I had a choice to buy this house or buy this house. So, not bashing anyone, but built in 2007. It's in your home. Bang for your buck, guys. And that's what you're not getting here in Vancouver and in Sydney. You're not getting bang for your buck. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to throw this out there. Comment below what you guys think. Because when I wake people up and show them this, people get astonished. People get really blown away when I show them these kind of homes for the price of a 2-bedroom condo in Sydney. This is a southern architecture type home with the canopy. It's got a canopy veranda up top. It's a porch, and it's got the downstairs porch. Beautiful little house. It's not little. It's actually pretty big, but big land to work on. Look at that. Look at that. Built in 99. Lake access. Beautiful. But anyways, guys, bang for your buck, guys, and that's what it is. And that's what they're taking away from us. You're not getting. This is $1 million house. This. Thanks for watching, and comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I haven't never been to Australia. I will visit it when I do go to Portuguese Timor. And if I do go to Portuguese Timor, I would probably stop in Australia for a few days and look around. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye.